I'm going to need a paper bag.
I fucking hate you so much.
It's too good to be true, bro.
What's going on, Blazed and Infused crew? I'm Jon, and this is Jaimie, and we are the team of Blazed and Infused, the show that gets you blazed up on a fire new flower, tells you all about it, gets so stoned that we forget what we say, we make an ass out of ourselves, and then we call it a day. Welcome to the latest episode of Blazed and Infused, everybody. Welcome.
Doing?
We got a fire strain offering this week. We have the infamous, one of the most sought-after sativa-dominant strains probably on the planet. Sour Diesel, ladies and gentlemen. If you got it, smoke it. Smoking a pancake, bong on a blitz. Let's go down on her and see what she tastes like. Sour Diesel. One of my favorite sativas of all time. Oh my God, is that tasty. Holy fucking shit.
It is good.
Very pungent, has a super signature taste, almost with a little bit of lemon in it.
Yeah, and definitely diesel. Like, it's got that gassy after, you know, that... Yeah, no.
Absolutely. Let's bring up the stats, everybody, for Sour Diesel. This strain of Sour Diesel that we're smoking today was grown indoors. It is a 90-10 sativa dominant flower, and this particular flower is testing out at 28.6 or what? 28 fucking percent THC, higher than the average strain of Sour Diesel. Now, as far as the parents goes, this is a hotly contested commodity, if I said that right. The origin of Sour Diesel is actually frequently debated within the marijuana community. Some say it's a cross between Mass Super Skunk, right here from Massachusetts, and Chem 91, another one from Massachusetts, while others claim that the parents are a cross between a Mexican sativa and the Chem Dog phenotype. Now, as far as the smell goes, if you want to take a smell of it, Jaimie, the strain has one of the most pungent aromas of any strain on the planet. It's similar to a diesel gas smell with a hint of lemon.
Yes, a strong hint of lemon.
Strong hint of lemon. Yeah, so it pretty much smells like you're filling up your F-950 on your way to a Ku Klux Klan rally.
It smells amazing.
With your Trump hat, with your Trump fucking flag hanging off the back of your truck.
I would not associate this with Trump per se, but okay.
I'm trying to equate the diesel, you fucking moron. All right. Now, the taste is intense. It's got a signature taste, like we just said, with a flavor of lemon. What is this stuff going to do to you guys besides make you feel like you're on crack? Well, it's going to give you creativity, euphoria, happiness, and make you feel uplifted. And when I say up-fucking-lifted, you are going to be geeked, bro. This is going to relieve, it's going to relieve a lot of symptoms. Listen to this. It's going to relieve anxiety. Unless sativas used to freak me out. I used to not be able to touch sativas. Now I'm the opposite. Now indicas make me like a long-tailed cat in a room full of lawnmowers. Isn't that how it goes? Something like that. Anyways, it's going to relieve anxiety for you folks, as well as bipolar disorder.
Bite me.
Chronic pain, depression, fatigue, headaches, loss of appetite, migraines, nausea, PTSD, and stress. Holy shit, that's a lot of stuff this little plant can cure. And, you know, you didn't have to mix it in a bathtub with gasoline and formaldehyde to get it to come out that way, did you?
No.
Exactly. So there you go, guys. If you've never had the unique pleasure of smoking Sour Diesel, dude, it's got to be...
You like sativas, especially if you haven't tried it. Oh, my God.
It's got to be on your bucket list. My favorite sativas off the top of my head, number 1, Red Congolese. Number 2, maybe Acapulco Gold. But number 3, Sour Diesel is right fucking up there. It is just ass-kicking.
It's 2 for me. It's number 2 for me.
Yeah, it's just... If you were to check off your wish list for the perfect sativa in terms of the way it looks, the way it smells, the statistics, just everything, it's just the perfect fucking sativa. All right, so moving on up to the east side. We finally got
Yeah,
a
one
piece of the pie. Moving on up. All right. Dude, nothing like a fucking wake and bake, huh?
Yeah, exactly. For sure. Amen to that.
For those of you who are counting, this is hit number 2. And for those of you who can't speak English, this is hit number 2. Jaimie, no lie, and you know I'm just crazy enough to fucking really do this. I have been looking into how to legally change my name.
2.
I want to change the first and last name. No more Jon, no more Ares.
I know you're not impressed with Jon for all the other meanings of Jon. So, but enlighten me.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but you know I'm not going for just any name. You know, I don't want to be called.
Make it count. Go big or go home.
Dude, I'm not going for Abdul like Mustafa or something. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not going for, you know, Cooper, or one of these young kids' names like Bryce Cooper. Like they all sound like they're a fucking like Hunter. Like they all sound like they're like a ski destination.
Kaylin.
Yeah, they sound like they're all small towns near Aspen. Oh, everybody, let's pack up the car and go to Bryce
River.
All right. So River fucking Forest. Yeah. I love how everybody loved Forrest Gump, but yet Forrest Gump was literally named after the leader and creator of the KKK.
That's the irony in Forrest Gump.
They tell you right in the movie that he was named after some kind of guy that rode a horse and liked to dress up as a ghost.
Yo.
No, dude, you were named after one of the most deplorable men in human history. Okay?
But look what came out of it. He was a beautiful soul.
Yeah, but it was also a movie.
I know.
He's not real, even though we'd like to think that
I would love to think that.
No, but listen, I am going to be changing my name to Kidding Me.
Kidding me.
Kidding Me. First name Kidding.
Yeah.
Last name Me.
Yeah.
And when people go to,
Mr.
meet me, they're going to be like, you must be kidding me. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I am.
Oh my God.
No, honest to God. Just like if my last name was Time, you know damn well that we would have named my kid Justin.
Right.
Without a fucking doubt.
Yeah. You would take all advantage of all that
exactly. And I think this is one of the reasons why the universe did not allow me to get married.
Yet.
Or have a child. However, it's never too late.
It's never too late.
Yeah, I'm going to be the good liberal that I am, and I'm going to adopt some kind of child of color. Not because I care about the child, but because it makes me look like so cool to my liberal fucking friends when we hang out in the parking lot and drink our lattes from our Priuses.
Luckily, I don't know.
Oh my God. All right. Anyways. All right, everybody. A segment that you may or may not want to hear from again. Week number 2. I'm going to read a little excerpt here from my diary, my own personal diary.
Dear diary.
And now that I'm thinking about this, you're not going to like this.
Uh-oh.
You don't like when I talk about anything having to do with the bathroom.
Oh, it's bathroom humor?
It's not bathroom humor. It's bathroom talk. Let's face it, Jaimie. As much as you don't like to fucking admit it, you do shit.
Yeah, everybody does. But
okay,
it's
thank you.
One of those things that I think is funny.
Thank you very much. Well, you know, thank God you are not the comedy police.
Thank God.
This is an exact excerpt from my I was just going to say lottery. Holy fuck. I'm 2 hits in and I'm already baked, bro. Sorry. I'm not one of these people that require a fucking ounce to get stoned. All right, everybody. Dear diary. Today I took a shit that was scientifically impossible once again to come out of a human body. No lie here. This is no cap. This one was the size and shape of a 1/4 scale model of the Red October.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
You don't remember the Red October movie?
Of course I do.
Okay. You remember the submarine?
Of course I do.
Okay. Do you see where your mouth is compared to the mic?
Of course I do.
And you're supposed to suck dick so well.
Who said that?
You did.
When?
What are you trying to say? You suck at it?
No, but when did we ever discuss that?
I don't know. You told me some shit even more fucked up than that, so I don't know why you're getting all triggered.
I haven't told you.
Yeah, you have.
You know some stuff because you read my
Please get near that fucking microphone.
You read the book.
Thank God.
You know some stuff because you read the book, but I never told you anything like that. Let's be very clear. All I'm saying is let's be clear. you know some stuff because you read the book, but I don't think...
No. None of that's coming from no book.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Okay, all right. Anyways, let me continue on here, okay? So I took a shit, guys, that literally, if you were to see it, you would say there's no way that came out of a human being. You would have thought a fucking pterodactyl had taken it, okay? It was literally the size of a submarine, all right? It was fucking gigantic. When my family came in, you know, because we get excited about this shit, unlike other families. Like, just like we get excited when a member of the family kills a fly. It's like somebody went hunting in a hunting family and, like, killed their first deer or some shit. Okay. So anyways, the whole family came in, and we all made the observation that it kind of looked like Nessie.
Oh, my God.
Know that famous picture of the Loch Ness Monster where you can see its head popping out of the water? Yeah, this thing was so long, bro, that its head was popping out of the water like the Loch Ness Monster, bro. It was crazy. And, once again, we reached out to National Geographic and the Guinness Book of World Records, and they hung up on me. Mm-hmm. I don't understand it.
As they should.
They care about how many fucking balls you can juggle on your nuts while you're riding a unicycle over a bridge. But somehow when I take a shit the size of Manhattan, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Let's just get that really clear.
Yeah, nobody cares. It's fucked up.
Nobody cares.
It's absolutely fucked up.
Now you know why I hate bathroom humor. In a nutshell.
The more you know.
What is wrong with you? You thought you could, yeah.
Me.
No.
Jaimie, if we were paid tens of millions of dollars, because let's face it, that's what it would take for you and I to have to get down and dirty. Right? So if we were offered...
Tens of millions, huh?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No,
Not
seriously.
like you wouldn't consider it at that point. Yeah, I hear you. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm sure there's a dollar amount that somebody could pay us, like that guy that comes up to the couple in, Leaving Las Vegas or some movie, and says, hey, I'll give you $1 million if I can fuck your wife tonight.
Okay, yeah.
Remember that? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Leaving Las Vegas. I don't remember which movie the fuck it was. I don't know.
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so indecent proposal. Somebody makes us an indecent proposal and says, I want you two to fuck because we know that you guys can't stand each other. Imagine these two having sex. You know what I'm saying? So, like, somebody would have to pay us millions of dollars. And let's say...
Millions.
Just like somebody thought it would be a great idea for Mike Tyson to fight Jake Paul. You know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People, this is going to be a pay-per-view event, right? You and I are getting paid a lot of fucking money.
Okay,
however...
But no, we're not doing that.
However, what would your writer look like? What would your, you know what I'm saying? What would your requirements be in order to sign this contract and says, yes, I will sleep with this dude? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What would your contract look like and what would your requirements be? Dude, I have a list here about 3 pages long.
How about...
Yeah.
Yo,
unlike you, I put some fucking thought.
First of all, that's fucked up.
How is it fucked up?
Second of all...
You know there's never been anything like at that level between you and I in our history. And you and I go back more than just 5 years.
Absolutely not, and there never will be.
Exactly. So, like, let's get that perfectly clear for anyone watching. Like, there is zero interest between friends only. And even that is usually on the rocks. You know what I'm saying? Our friendship...
Understatement of the century.
Yeah, our friendship is literally teetering on a fucking 1,000-foot cliff every day. You know, so if one day this show just goes missing, either she killed me or we killed or vice versa. Something's gonna, but yeah, no. Or
it's so dramatic.
For the show, it's all for the show. All right. So, anyways, Jaimie, yeah, what would your requirements be? What would you need to have done, despite getting paid millions of dollars, to actually sleep with me?
I think it would. Just be, I'm simple, man.
Even if it's me?
Yes, because bottom line, millions of dollars.
You understand that this is going to be the equivalent to having sex with your brother.
Yeah. So, in that being said, I don't want to be very aware of what's happening.
Correct. So, what would your stipulations be?
That, to make sure I'm not very aware of what's happening and probably just in the dark.
Yeah, but if you don't spell it out in your contract for these fuckers, like, they're just gonna, like, you know, maybe they bring in like a voodoo priest or something. Like, you got to be fucking specific here.
Okay, so why don't you enlighten us on the specificities that we should have if we ever had to do that?
All right. Ready? Here's my list. Alcohol.
Okay, yeah, sure. That don't work for me, but sure. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get fucking liquored up, bro. I am just...
Makes sense.
It is
perfect sense.
It is just going to have to happen.
Yeah.
Drugs.
So this is like just things that you need for yourself, not stipulations per se about like...
No, these are the stipulations that I need them to provide me in order to do this deed. Besides the money. Besides the money.
So I want to add drugs to mine.
Okay. Now, because I'm going to be under the influence of drugs and alcohol, so I can actually go through with this, I'm definitely going to need Viagra.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, there's just no fucking way.
Makes sense. Makes sense, actually. Oh, my God.
I would need it to go down in like a hotel penthouse. Somewhere neutral, but like really, really nice.
Okay, okay.
I'm going to need a paper bag.
I fucking hate you so much.
I don't know. The drugs might be kicking in so much by that time it might not fucking matter. I'm gonna need you to shower before.
First of all, duh.
We do but I'm gonna need to have it happen like so I can actually hear it happening. I'm not gonna.
I understand.
I don't want to take your fucking word for it.
Of course.
And you're gonna use soaps that I provide.
Absolutely not. Fuck off.
No. Well, that's one of my stipulations. We'd have to have our lawyers work it out.
Just control the stipulation.
Yeah, but I'm not having you fucking wash with tree bark and charcoal or whatever.
You don't even know what it is. You're not even considering what it would be. So you can't until you do that.
I know it's
calm
nothing.
Right the fuck down.
I know it ain't fucking Pantene for women or some shit, you know?
Dude, it's got to be Pantene?
I don't know. It's got to have some sort of a nice smell to it.
Oh my gosh. You see? Oh, overstepping. Over fucking stepping right there.
What do you mean overstepping?
Yeah.
Oh, I got no idea what you're talking
about. No, I don't mean ultimately.
Okay. I would need a full vaginal exam by a doctor.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, to make sure everything's copacetic down there, you know, including a full wash and rinse.
Isn't that what I'm doing right before in the shower?
No. I mean wash and rinse of the cooter.
Separate from the shower?
Yeah. Because a shower just runs over the cooter. We need something to go in there and make sure it's all flushed out.
Yeah, but why? If these are all your requirements, then they're only of me and not of all the other fucking women that you've been with. What the fuck is that about?
No, dude, you're reading too much into this. This is strictly for fucking satire. Do not take this fucking seriously, you fucking asshole. Do not do it. My God. This is just me being silly as a comedy writer, okay?
Oh my God, okay.
An STD test. Anti-nausea medication. I want an IV of all the essential liquids before and after. 15.
What are essential liquids?
I don't know. There are these.
What are essential liquids?
I don't know. There are these companies that like will hook you up with an IV, like an IV before a night of drinking and after, you know, and like it. I don't know. Supposedly you can get as fucked up as you want on anything, and it. And anyways, 15-minute maximum time limit, and. We don't start.
Sorry.
And we don't start until I say.
Why does there have to be a time? Can we? If there's no time limit at all, we can just make it shorter than that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I said there's a time limit. 15 minutes.
Yeah.
If I can't complete the act in 15 minutes, that's it. We're done.
Okay. And I wouldn't even give you that long, honestly.
Okay. Well. Okay.
Sorry.
So my fictitious list to a fictitious crazy thing that would never happen has triggered my.
No, I'm not triggered at all.
I certainly fucking hope not. No, Jesus H. Christ.
No, I wouldn't even give you that long. Is what I'm saying. Like if we're gonna ask for something, let's make it make sense. For as much as we don't want to do
everything
this, let's make it 5 minutes.
Everything I asked for made perfect sense.
Yeah, of course, except for the 15 minutes. Let's make it 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, even better.
Yes, exactly what I'm trying to say.
But I'm saying that the company might want more than just 5 minutes.
What company?
I don't know who's ever paying for this and sponsoring it.
Oh my God! All right, then make it 10. Take 5 off. 10 is acceptable. 10 is fine. 10 is 5 less than fucking 15.
You got it.
You know,
fucking A. You know what would be crazy? Like, what if we find like Like,
Oh my god.
what if it, you know what would be the craziest thing about it, though?
What?
And this is what makes me laugh picturing it, is that, like, after all the stipulations and, like, all the different shit, if when we ended up doing it, we, like, ended up falling in love.
Shut the fuck. You're looking for the irony, and I see I like that, though. Even though, no.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be the first addict, though, but I'm just saying.
I wouldn't be the first what?
Addict.
Addict?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Once you got in.
Oh, to you?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Maybe if we grew up in the southern part of the United States. Where the Confederate flag just means I'm proud to be from fucking Alabama. That's it. The Confederate flag just means I'm proud to be from Alabama.
Doing?
I don't know. Now listen, if you could dress me for a day or for an episode, what would you have me wear?
Are we going for comedic value or like what I think I would like you to look like ideally as like the opposite sex? Like
Really?
Yeah.
I think you're thinking way too. Dude, don't. It
I'm
does,
sorry, I'm stoned, you guys.
Okay, yeah, just whatever you think, bro. Like, I'm not gonna get angry at your response, bro. Like, yeah.
Just for
I mean,
one episode or like in general all the time?
you've seen me dress up outside the house when I'm bumming or when I'm dressed up, and you've seen me lounging around the studio here and what I wear in the studio.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, what would you like to see me in if you could see me in something different? You know what I'm saying? If you could dress me for a day, like you had to make me wear an outfit, what would it be?
I think it would be either like old school country western vibe. I know, mind blowing, isn't it?
What, like
or-
boots and a belt buckle?
Yeah, but the whole nine, like the
Truck and the Trump sticker?
no, the jeans, the hat, the everything. Maybe some suspenders. I don't fucking know. That would be fun. And then, or maybe just in like a tux or something extravagant. Just, you know, all the just look at his face. I love this so much. I don't know, just something that I would never imagine seeing you in normally.
Yeah. I was going to say a coffin, but you probably imagine me in that all the time. So,
No,
my God.
not all the time.
I'd like to see you in slacks and a blouse. Yeah, a pair of slacks and a blouse.
Okay.
Yeah. How about some jeans?
Yeah, I have some.
Never seen you wear them.
True.
A skirt or a dress?
I wear dresses in the summer all the time. You've seen me in summer dresses.
You look like you're going to see like Metallica,
Perfect.
or maybe you work at Hot Topic.
Maybe.
But yeah, I'd like to see you look like I don't know, like you just stepped out of the Gap. You know, like a nice set of like khaki color slacks and maybe like a
See, this is
baby
it.
blue sweater.
For the same reasons I wanted to see you that way. I get it.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, just something out of your
Totally out of character.
normal style.
Totally out of character. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's hideous. I get it though.
Yeah. Are you gonna be able to drive?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, guys. As you can see,
I'm good.
as you can
I'm not
see,
gonna lie, I'm a little stoned.
as you can see, this is a extremely powerful fucking sativa, especially when you wake and bake with it. You know what I'm saying? And
It's good shit.
yeah.
It's good shit.
However, I believe, don't sativas bring you down because of your handicap?
I wouldn't say down. I would say they're not as rocket fuel-ish to me as they are to other people, at least not all of them. Some of them still are, though. They're more leveling out, most of them, unless they're like extreme. But yeah, no, but it's not down per se. Down is extreme.
Okay.
Did you follow?
Yeah, down is extreme.
Fuck you, John.
What the fuck did I do?
Nothing. You're just being yourself.
Yeah, which evidently is just horrible.
Why do you say that?
Absolutely horrible.
Oh my god.
If you had to assign a mascot Okay? Like, if you had to think of a mascot to go along with one of my worst personality flaws that would follow me around, what would the mascot be?
So there's like, can I narrow it down to like 3?
Okay, sure. You get 3.
One would be, I think, a cockatiel for the bird.
A what?
A cockatiel. I've tried to pick a parrot type of bird.
You tried to pick the parrot?
Yes, a parrot type of bird. I was trying to narrow it down in my mind, but I don't know.
Parent or parrot?
Parrot type of bird. Always on your shoulder.
Yep.
The other one was like something like quick and like a ferret. I didn't like that one though. A mongoose, something like that.
Oh, cool. So I can kill snakes.
Yeah, totally.
I can name myself Ricky Ticky Tabby.
Yeah. And then the last one was like, I don't remember what the last one was, but those were 2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to pick a parrot for you too.
No surprise there.
Yeah, the kind of parrot that like, like can talk English and like doesn't shut the fuck up and like can't really like is good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he knows what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
like yeah. Like you've seen the kind of parrot like you walk into the house and the parrot's like fuck you.
Yep.
You know, I don't like your energy sign. You know, either that or a crow.
I love crows.
Well, here's the thing.
I've always wanted a crow, so that's perfect.
Hold on. There's always good and bad to everything, right? There's always 2 sides to a story. Now, crows can be annoying. They can shit on your car. They sound like they have...
They target you is the point. They're intelligent as hell.
When they screech, they sound like they have emphysema, and they're coughing up a fucking lung. It's not an attractive sound.
Wow.
Most birds, like, sing. These things, like, sound like they're coughing up a lung. You know? Okay. Why do you think they call a whole group of crows a murder of crows?
Right, exactly.
Because everyone wants to fucking murder them because they all sound like they're in a tree with a fucking lung disease. So, but they're also very judgmental and kind of like cunning.
Very.
However,
they have good memories too.
They're extremely fucking intelligent.
Yes, very.
They're one of the most intelligent birds out there. Mm-hmm. So there you go. I dissed you, but also propped you up.
I like it.
But all in the sake of a good time. And if you guys haven't counted, I've now taken 3 hits.
Oh my God.
1, 2, 3.
I sure hope you're cracking up right now.
Jaimie, if you had to direct me in a porn movie, like literally I was going to be doing my first porn, and for some reason you had to be the director of the scene I was going to be in, what would you have me do?
Dude, so you know how I can't like be ridiculous with my imagination. I have to like make it as like make sense to me. So like I
can't believe you're incapable of comedy.
No, I know, right? I can't. You know what I do is I question how I'm gonna say something, and then I get all tripped up. So like that's my problem.
Please near the mic, please.
Sorry, I question how I'm gonna say something. I get all tripped up. But it was like
back near the mic. That's perfect, dude. Right.
Okay,
there.
but when my lips touch it, I can't do that. See, it just touched it again. It just touched it again. It just touched it again.
Okay, then a little bit farther back.
You see what I'm saying? Like
yeah. Okay. Well, just try to do your best. I know you're stoned.
I gotta direct this motherfucker in a porno. I guess I'm just gonna have it be like based on your own fucking fantasy, yo. That's the only thing I could think of is like definitely something for like the handicapped community where you like.
All right, so rather than you coming up with something like devious,
no, because that is so amazing. The whole concept is amazing. I think that there's a lot to be said for it, and I think that you've got something there.
Okay, so you would have me fulfill my fantasy on camera, which would be hooking up with basically with a hot girl that can't move.
Yeah. Or maybe she can move, but
where
like,
do you think
her
you're
upper
going?
Body not so great. Let's just put it that way. Maybe she's missing a limb or something. You know,
hey,
who knows? Who knows? We find the right thing. We find the right fit.
That literally is my dream, you know. Like, and
then imagine what would come out of that. It would be an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah,
because so it's actually brilliant because and so many people would love it, John. I kid you not.
Yeah, nobody more than me, dude.
You know, it's such a fantasy of mine to be able to be like, you know, instinctively be like, hey, where do you think you're going with women? But like, she can't go anywhere, you know, and it's just like, oh yeah.
I don't think it's about that, but
well, for me it is. I mean, you know, yeah. Well, good. I mean, I'm glad that's what you want to do for mine because, you know, mine is actually kind of similar.
I also think it's a genre of porn that would get a lot more interaction.
Yeah. So if anyone out there want to cast me in a porn, I might do it.
I do. I honestly do. I know.
Yeah. Are you a handicapped person out there who's hot? You know,
and wants to like maybe
you were the star soccer player in high school, and you know you were with your boyfriend who got drunk and you know.
Right.
You know, got into a car accident.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you're paralyzed.
Exactly.
That's the kind of chick I'm looking for.
Yeah, like reach out, man. Like seriously, like this could be the love of your life.
Oh fuck, I can't.
This could be the love of your life.
Any love of my life. All right, here's what I would have you do. But it doesn't really tie into your fantasy. It kind of ties into more.
I wouldn't expect you to try to do that, but that's okay.
Yeah, of course not. I mean, why would I do something cool like that?
That's not what I'm saying, but
yeah. So yeah, what's basically going to happen here is so here's the setup. It's going to be based on my own real true life story. You know what I'm saying? I would have you hook up with somebody, a good-looking man. Okay. I would definitely have him be good-looking. You know, maybe somebody from the islands.
Okay.
I don't know, chiseled body.
Okay.
Maybe he looks like Common.
Okay.
Or I don't know, even Tyrese.
Sure, but
yeah. But
so this is what you're saying. What you think would make a good porn, right?
Well, you haven't heard the punchline yet, okay? Or the
I'm
kicker.
just wondering what you're going for with this.
Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna be a good-looking, dark-skinned man with a fucking, you know, with an accent from the islands.
Okay. I can't imagine why you'd come up with that.
No idea. No idea. Okay. Okay. So. He sounds like fucking Vladimir Putin. He's got that. But, okay, so I don't know.
You're good. You're good where you're at, buddy.
All right, whatever.
You're great.
Okay, so I can't imagine.
That's
all right. Listen, you fucker. All right. So the one hiccup is going to be that I would have you have sex with a racist.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And it would be obvious that they were racist, like.
Well, it would be known, and then we would just film and see what the fuck happens. You know, maybe by the end he's not racist. Maybe at first he thinks you're like white, but like just like a little dirty or something.
Yeah, but fuck you. But I have to know ahead of time that he's a racist.
Yeah, it would only be fair.
Okay, but what do we get out of that? Yeah, I'm interested. Interesting concept.
Okay, I'll give you another option. I would have you bang a midget.
That's not fair.
See, well, you know.
Not fair at all.
You know how my mind works. I'm not going to fulfill your fucking fantasy, bro. I'm not going to have something
I just thought I'd direct a good porn if that was the case for me. Like, because you'd be so into it that it would be like you'd get acting debut. Like, people would look at you in a different light, man. A whole community of people would be all about you. It would be great.
Yeah, I agree.
See how I think about him?
Absolutely.
He doesn't give me any fucking credit.
Or, you know, dude, I give you... What do you want me to do? Fucking suck your dick? You want a standing ovation? The fuck do you want from me? A pat on the back? Good job? Holy shit. I would also give you the opportunity if you wanted to choose to bang a guy with a micro penis because you don't think a micro penis would be able to do it for you. I disagree.
Yeah, I thought, honestly, that was my fear about what you were going to say for this question.
Well, okay, then you wouldn't pick it.
At least I have a choice. Thank God.
Yeah, I would give you a choice.
Yo, this is something else. Just so you know, this whole shit is something else.
Like something else? What do you mean? Like, if we were to stumble across this podcast in the woods, it would be like you're seeing Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just ridiculous. I can't. I mean, I wish I can't.
She wishes, but she can't.
I'm so interested to know what people think, but like we don't have enough people to think yet.
What are you trying to say, that out of our 38 or whatever, how many subscribers, like people... Did you just bump your nose on the pipe?
I've done it like 3 times at least. He doesn't understand that. That's why I don't like hover right here, because I can't like. I'm
dude,
a mess, but I love it. So fuck off.
Yeah, absolutely. But I've just been letting you just incoherently ramble.
I wonder if it's like funny at all.
Probably not. It's probably going to get cut out, to be honest with you.
I'm not surprised there. Trust me.
Well, you know, some shit has to hit the cutting room floor. You know, it's going to be nothing I do.
Right, of course not. Of course not. Exactly. So we good. We're
no, well, it all depends.
Understanding.
All right, so there are several sexual myths that I think we can all talk about as an adult.
As an adult?
Yeah, why did you just look over at my shit like you don't have a sheet in front of you? Mine just literally...
I was looking at the time.
Oh, okay.
God. Duh.
All right, well, you know... Anyways, we're...
This fucking guy...
Okay, so what the fuck was I just... Okay, there are sexual myths that we can all discuss here as adults, right?
Myths. Let's talk about them.
Yes, myths. The first one is premature ejaculation.
How's that a myth?
It's a myth because who said that there is a designated time in which you have to ejaculate? Like, I ejaculate sometimes, like, after, like, 10 seconds.
But sometimes you're done and sometimes you're not, and that's the difference, right?
No. I'm trying to say that no matter if a man pops within 5 fucking minutes or 5 seconds or 5 hours, it's not premature. It's just when it was fucking meant to fucking happen. You know, it's
but
when.
What if it happens every single time?
Then that just means that you're probably, you know, really good at what you're doing.
Yo, you're done.
There's nothing premature about when I want to bust my nut. Like when I show up at the gym, it's when I wanted to show up. It's never premature.
John.
We're not on a fucking stopwatch here. Like I need to last X amount of minutes. No,
John.
When I go, you can't just label it premature because
who's gonna want to be your lover after hearing this rant?
Anyone that understands that this show's like is satire, that I'm not actually like chloroforming people and
oh my bad, you're not?
Yeah, obviously not. Another myth would be blue balls. What, no guy has whined that, like, you know,
no.
That you had to tell him that, like, no, and he's like, oh, come on, my balls are blue.
No, absolutely not.
Never. Of course not. Nothing that happens to everybody else. There is a lot of women. There is a lot of women out there that can contest that they've been with a guy who has whined because he didn't get to have an orgasm.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Or give some form of something up.
Right. Whether, you know, HJ,
right.
BJ,
right.
penetration,
exactly.
Nothing. Maybe
because he can't do it his damn self, right?
Right. So he's going to be like, oh, but my balls are blue. He's going to start fucking whining. And it's just like,
he's
dude.
A bitch.
Yeah. Dude, exactly.
I don't fuck with bitches.
It's a made up medical condition because guys just can't handle not
100% concur.
Getting their crank yanked.
Amen. Yep.
All right. Exactly. Next myth. No means no.
I mean,
I
think it depends on the rapport you have with the person and the level you're at with them. I think the circumstance dictates everything. So I can't say yes and I can't say no to that.
Ask me if I'm ready to make love.
Excuse me.
Just for the sake of me explaining how no doesn't mean no.
John, are you ready to fuck?
No. Was that pretty clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now ask me if I want to fuck.
John, do you want to fuck?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's obvious though.
I don't know. I'm just saying, no doesn't necessarily always mean no. Okay, so no is like a fucking red light. You know, stop. The police are there with their hands up. Turn off your fucking vehicle. They got you
That's
at gunpoint.
one way to determine.
Like, yeah, like there's a roadblock. Like, it ain't fucking happening.
Right,
However, no, that means like yellow light. Like, she said no. However,
push the
like
boundary a little bit further.
the way she said it is like
Push the boundary a little bit further.
Yeah.
See where you get. Yeah.
it means that like the sale.
Definitely not a dead no.
Yeah. Them trying to sell you the car, the negotiation's not quite finished as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Exactly. I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I would agree with that.
You look like, dude, you were gung-ho at the beginning of this. Now you look like you're ready to fucking, like, pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. Punk, you better back up.
I was going to say something.
Something about a smack up.
Get up, stand up, come up, throw your hands up.
If you got the feeling.
Jump up, touch that ceiling.
I'll punch you in the eye.
Really, really stoned.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You took advantage of me when I was really stoned.
But you took advantage of me. Tell me does it feel sitting up there, sitting so hard, but you're feeling lonely. Tell me does it feel took you up there, feeling so hard that you never get lonely. Can't think you can live without me. Thinking you could live without me.
You know I'm
the one who put you up there.
I don't
know why. Why? I don't know why we keep, dude. Maybe that's what we're destined to be. Maybe that's the universe calling out to see you guys need to form an a cappella group.
An a cappella. That's funny. Oh my God.
The fucking stoners. We'll be performing in a fucking high school hallway near you.
Oh yeah.
All right, here's another myth in the bedroom that you may or may not know. That women can't come.
What?
Yes, they can.
Who said that?
What do you mean, who said that?
Who said women can't come?
There are women out there who have said that they can't come, and there's
a difference between you can't come and you can't make me come, or you can't make yourself come, or I can't make myself come.
Sometimes I pull out an actual like statistical stat. You know, like Ben Shapiro says, facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah.
You know, this is a fact. There's a bunch of women out there that think a man can't make them come, or that like they can't come during like vaginal sex or being with a man.
What do you mean can they prove that?
Well, I don't, dude. They're not.
This is a true fact.
They're not in the Nuremberg trials. They're not in the Nuremberg trials, dude. They're not on trial for murder here. That's just what they claim. You fucking
You mean like
idiot.
lesbians and stuff?
I'm just talking about they took a poll. And there's X amount of people, girls, that do not believe that it's a.
So lesbians.
I'm trying. They're not all lesbians, bro. Holy fucking
I don't
shit!
get it.
I don't know why.
I don't get
What do
it.
you mean? How do you not get it?
How would they not?
What are you talking about?
If they like the opposite
I
sex.
agree with you. That's why I think it's a myth.
Okay.
There was a girl. I was going to say not to toot my own horn, but this is absolutely to toot my own horn. There was a girl that I knew that I dated. She was 22.
Can't wait to hear this.
But even though she was 22, she had been with, I mean, she wasn't a fucking virgin or anything like that. She had never had a man make her orgasm. Doesn't matter which method.
Either way?
Anyway.
Oh my God. That's
I was
sad.
the first person to give her an orgasm. We were actually watching a movie. I can still tell you what movie it was. It was The Aviator. The one with Leonardo DiCaprio, who was playing John Hughes, I think.
Yep.
Or John Hughes is the one that directed the 80s
It's a good
movies.
movie.
Whatever the fucking crazy guy was that designed airplanes back in the 20s or whatever. Whoever that fucking guy was. Herbie Hancock. What was I just talking about?
Herbie Hancock.
No, before that. Did I just yell at you?
No, I'm saying I don't want to make you.
See, yeah, I was on a thought, and I just completely.
See, that's what I was afraid of. Yeah.
Yeah, completely derailed. That just goes to show that you're not paying attention when I'm talking.
No, but I am because I can usually
No,
tell.
fucking bullshit.
You were just going into the Herbie Hancock.
That was just a
a path off the mainstream.
right. I'm talking. You were.
Give me a second.
We were talking about women who can't come. I already know that, but but I was on a fucking point. Oh, I was talking about how I made a woman come for the first time. And all I used was she was laying on the left side of me. We were both laying on our backs on my bed watching a fucking movie. All I was using was one of my left fingers to work the clit area and just, tease going maybe in and out of like the very beginning. And that was it. That's all it took.
Did you fall in love?
Because I have magical fucking fingers.
Right.
I've been told that.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Did you fall in love?
Did she? She should have.
She didn't though after that?
Dude, dude, you think I'm a nightmare now? Holy fucking shit, bro. You think I've ascended?
So you weren't worth it even if you could do that is what I'm not.
Oh no. At that, dude, I was still at that fucking.
Because usually the first experiences like that for girls are like, that's like a bonding thing. Like they form a bond.
Listen, do you know how excited when Indiana Jones was when like he recovered the Ark of the Covenant? Yeah. But then like once he opened it up, he's like, I can't keep this. You know what I'm saying? He knew it had to be taken somewhere. Like, I don't know. So it's the same fucking thing.
Really?
Even though she had discovered like the first man that could ever make her orgasm, I was just too much of a nightmare in too many other categories for her to stick around just because of that aspect of
Well, being self-aware is a good thing, right? Yeah.
What?
You're self-aware. Good job.
Yeah, I'm completely self-aware. I'm like Skynet. I've become completely fucking self-aware. Another myth: bigger is better.
Referring to penis size, of course, right?
No, I mean I'm referring to vagina size.
Well, I wasn't sure. There's a plethora of things. It could be hips, ass, boobs, anything. Just in general. What are we talking about here?
True.
Talking about specific parts. We're talking about everything. What are we talking about?
True. You can't read my mind. So yes, when I say bigger is better, I mean like
in every sense.
You need to have a war hammer to please a woman.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not true.
Yeah, absolutely. Bigger is not always better.
Bigger can be better for sure. I'm not going to tell you that that's not true, but I'm also going to say it's not always true either. So, no, yeah, absolutely. So, and there's plenty of guys with like average or even a little less that if they know what they're doing.
How do you know they're average or a little less average?
Just...
Would you keep a fucking tape measure on your nightstand?
No, but like you got to keep in mind, John, my entire life until I was like a young adult, I was friends with dudes. What the fuck do you think dudes talk about?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you.
What the fuck? You don't think I saw all their dicks, even though I never was grown?
Because you grew up with a bunch of men or dudes,
and I have 3 brothers, and
it doesn't mean that every sexual partner that you've had, you've fucking measured what their average dick size was.
No, definitely not. I never. Well, how could you do that?
Exactly. So I'm trying to say your whole basis of your argument is completely off the rails.
Okay, but like we've talked about average dick size on this show more than once.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to say, like, how do you know that, like, they were average or above average or below average?
Because based on everything I heard and saw, and I saw enough.
Just based on sight?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I wish I was a lawyer.
Why?
Dude, I would make my cousin Vinny look like a tard.
Oh my God, I love my cousin Vinny.
All right, so...
I saw it recently. That's funny you mentioned it.
So, below average works for you?
It can. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is it can. I'm not going to say it's preferred. Let's just, come on. But it can.
Okay. Average is good for you?
Sure.
And, of course, above average.
It really depends on the caliber of the lover, too, the person, what they're about and capable of and how they go about everything they do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to advocate on behalf of people who I'm pontificating. I love that word. I'm pontificating. It makes me sound like I'm from, like, the Vatican. I'm pontificating on behalf of men everywhere that maybe don't have a large penile.
If they're not, packing down there, but they also don't have any,
as long as they know how to work it, I'm
drive in the bedroom, not just work it, but like the whole package, like how they approach it, the foreplay leading up to it, just how they are, their personality and character feed into that. There's like, that is not.
Yeah, is it Missy Elliott? She's like, work it,
Yeah.
and then it goes backwards.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's definitely not. It's not a deal breaker by any means.
I also love the most common excuses that women give in relationships why they don't want to get busy.
Which is
A headache.
almost.
Yeah, I have a headache.
Yeah.
I'm too tired. Not in the mood.
See, I'm too tired to actually agree with you because you can literally just fucking go to sleep and let him take care of business. If you're his girlfriend, his wife, you're on that level, you sleep together at night, you're like, whatever the situation is, like, honestly, I don't think that's an excuse. I think that you can still, let him do what he needs to do.
Absolutely. I'm too tired to pull my panties.
Ladies.
I'm too tired to pull my panties to the side. Yeah. Okay. So
I feel like a horrible person.
that's bullshit. A headache. That's what Advil's for.
I mean, sure, but like, it depends. If you say one time, you say that's an excuse. One time you use it.
Yeah. If it's always that excuse.
Absolutely not. Come up with something better at least
Yeah.
if you're really trying to avoid it. Like, that's not going to fly.
That's the sexual excuse equivalent to the dog ate my homework.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as far as the not in the mood, I can get you in the mood.
That's the point right there, though. You just hit the nail right on the head.
Like, I'm not in the mood right now whatsoever.
Yep.
However, if I'm with the right person 5 minutes from now, I could very well be in the fucking mood.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hell fucking yeah. So
Yes. And it's up to you to make that happen, too. So, like, at least let's try. Let's give it come on, you see what I'm saying? Exactly.
there was a myth, and I believe there still is a myth, that if a man eats a lot of pineapple, it'll make their...
That's for women, too, believe it or not.
Okay, evidently you know something about this.
Yes.
Is it true? Have you done the taste test?
I mean, no, not per se, but like...
Because
I believe
according
it
to
be
science,
true.
there's no science that suggests this is true. But again, that could be a conspiracy. Just like they're hiding alien technology from us, they could be hiding this.
Several like herbalist type people that I follow and respect believe it to be true, and
Of course they do.
therefore I do too.
Yeah, right. Of course they do.
Pineapple specifically. Yes.
I would love to go into one of those shops to see what kind of snake oil I could buy.
Shut the fuck up. John.
Something that's never been studied by the FDA.
Shut the fuck up.
Just like the vaccination. Another popular belief that used to be retarded, and I think still might be a belief among, teens or even people that are much older, is that you can't get pregnant standing up.
What?
True. Look it up.
Shut the front door.
We did shut it. Yeah, that's a true story.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. How does
Facts.
that make any sense at all?
It's absolute facts. Okay, real quick, guys. If you want the absolute facts about sour diesel, I think we've already fucking told you. The reason why we went and wanted to review it is because it's literally one of the most sought-after sativa-dominant strains out there. Among the hundreds of thousands of flowers that you can purchase, this is one of the fucking most badass out there.
Staple.
I haven't had it in a couple years. This batch is particularly powerful. It averages 2% more THC than the typical strain has tested at. And it's just fucking phenomenal. It literally makes you feel like you've had several cups of coffee too many. It is just an outstanding fucking rip your tit sativa.
I'm a little more down than him, and that's hence the difference. Hence the difference with my personality type, we'll call it. But I'm more down, but not tired. I don't want to go sleep at all right now. To go lay down and take a nap. I want to do stuff.
Yeah. You sound more tired, but it definitely hasn't stopped you from talking a lot.
Exactly my point. So the mind is working.
Yes, absolutely. So guys, when it comes to how we're gonna score this and like how we would rate it, I mean, fucking through the roof. It's literally in my top 3 sativas of all time, and I've smoked a lot of fucking sativas. Same for her. So if you've never tried it, or it's been a while since you've tried it, I suggest you look and see, who may have it or don't. It's up to you. That's the great thing about America is nobody's forcing you to do anything. We're just trying to tell you that sour diesel is
worth it.
Yeah, and not only that, it came from ChemDog and
Staple again.
Yeah, ChemDog has a rich, storied history in the history books when it comes to marijuana mythology.
Cannabis makes the world a better place.
Or whatever.
Forget.
Like, if they were literally going to write the history of, like, marijuana and how it's come over the years, this would be a strain that would definitely have a chapter.
For sure.
Is what I'm saying.
Hall of Famer, yes.
No, not necessarily this strain, but I'm saying the original ChemDog.
Oh,
is one of the strains that would absolutely
it would be at the root of some of it. Yeah,
I probably should have researched this, but I really don't know. When you're giving a BJ there's a few different options. You can either spit, you can swallow, or you can do what Tara Reid did in American Pie, and she's like, tell me when. And I've been with girls like that literally wanted you to tell them before you went so they could stop and continue with, like, how it works, or maybe you don't. Everything I fucking say to you is like, like I'm talking fucking Hebrew.
You don't want my answer to this. It's not gonna be like what you hope for.
What?
I've sucked so little dick in my life, believe it or not. Like, that's not some. That's like, I need to love you like you wouldn't believe to do that for you, first of all. So
the stereotype is true.
Even though,
women of color don't like to do it.
What? What? Women of color don't like to do it?
Yeah, that's also a stereotype.
Yeah, definitely. It would be a stereotype, but I still don't understand your point.
What point?
I never like that it's a stereotype at all. It would be a stereotype if it was. I just never heard it. That's what I meant to say. I'm stoned. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you haven't heard because you're really not up to date with shit like I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, you have responsibilities in your life. Like so.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was like the only time I ever did it for somebody I wasn't completely in love with, and I did love this dude actually. Like, my college boyfriend. It was like a birthday present. But like, other than that, like, even if I did it, they didn't finish in my mouth. So so little experience with that.
Yeah.
So little experience with that.
Okay. Yeah, I have extremely. I don't really have any experience with that either. I mean, I do on the end where, like, I'm the one, enjoying himself.
Of course.
I've been with all 3 type of women. I've been with women that loved. I mean, they would garble that shit up like it was a fucking vanilla fribble.
Just like expect to suck your dick before they fuck you. You know what I mean? And I'd be the opposite. I would fuck you 3 times before I'd ever suck your dick. Like,
okay, that's gross.
I'm just saying.
We've already talked about.
That's what I'm just saying though. Like, that would never. I'm not one of those. No, absolutely not.
Not that you're not a beautiful fucking spirit and shit, but I don't want to. I look at you like you're my fucking sister.
I get it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah, I agree with you.
Has that been your experience though?
Absolutely.
Yeah, see? Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's traumatized. Listen, you brought up all this crazy shit, right? You're on some shit today, and it's hilarious, I might add. But, like, you don't get to act like that now. Like, I just traumatized you.
No, you didn't
after what I just went through, okay?
No. Just because you're not a big fan of, going downtown. Are you a big fan of partners?
Listen, if I love you...
Are you a big fan of partners going down on you?
Listen to me.
Okay,
it's not
yes,
about
I know.
that. I can be a fan of all of it.
If she
It
loves you, she'll do it.
Yeah, but it's not just that.
Once
There
a
has
year
to-
on your
If
anniversary.
you are really in it with somebody, you want to do it all the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if that's what your connection is, like, that's never going to be an issue. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, like, you just got to have that if you want that. So, like, but there's, like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. No, we get it. Absolutely.
It shouldn't be a chore. It shouldn't be none of that. You should want to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
And there's some people that want to do it like a Hoover vacuum. No, a wet vac.
The bottom
A
line
wet
is
dry
you should
vac.
want to please your partner, whatever it takes. So, like, if that's what it takes for them, you should want to do it.
Right. Absolutely. And should you want to smoke some sour diesel, you would be making a great decision. One last thing. I mean, why don't we cut or uncut? Do you have a fucking preference? Because I can certainly tell when I've been, dude. I can tell when I date somebody new.
Good one, by the way.
When I date somebody new and she goes to touch my Johnson, I can completely tell whether her previous boyfriend was cut or uncut based on how she handles my manhood.
Really?
Absolutely.
That's interesting. Please tell me more.
Well, when she's been with somebody that is uncut, she starts grabbing onto my dick like she's trying to tug a carrot out of the ground.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a wow. Okay.
Yeah. That works when you have foreskin. It doesn't work when you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's not comfortable when you're trying to tug my dick out of its root. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, so yeah. Plus, because I'm cut, I don't get any of that nasty schmegma that can, like, accumulate, like, underneath the skin that goes between the skin and, like, the fucking, like, head of the helmet.
See, listen, here's the thing.
You know
I
what I'm
don't know what
saying?
you're even talking about because I've been with uncut guys and that's never been a thing. So, never been a thing in my experience. And I have some experience. But okay.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just telling you. You know, anytime you got a flap of skin that's covering another flap of skin that's in a warm, moist place, if you don't wash it frequently and pull it back, shit's going to go. See, I don't have that problem on my dick. Uncut dicks are almost like you have like a
experience, they're
a
bigger.
fur coat on. It's like having a fur coat. And you have to, like, wash under the coat more because of how sweaty the fur coat's going to make everything. However, when you're cut like me, it's like you're just naked and free, and like there's nothing to, like,
you realize that it affects the sensitivity so much, right?
Oh, absolutely, but I didn't have any say in it.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
Nobody asked me when I was 8 fucking days old whether I wanted to get the snip or not. I mean, it does seem on the surface like it's a good idea. However, there isn't a day that goes by that I don't wish there was some kind of reconstructive surgery where I could get my foreskin back.
Seriously, you could be like,
I'd like to have it back.
Reborn.
Yeah, I would like to have it back. I really would. And when I run out of this stuff, I'm probably going to wish that I had this back too. Ladies and gentlemen.
This has been one hell of an episode, guys. Sorry for the trauma.
Yeah.
I'm traumatized. I know he is. He went for it anyways. Like,
Oh boy. I can't wait to hear what I have to fucking answer for from this episode.
nothing. This is going to be one of your best comment-wise and support-wise. People are going to fucking...
Let's not count our fucking horses
They're going to
before
feel
they...
all the emotions that...
Let's not count our fucking horses before they drink.
Listen, man. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know you do. You always know exactly what you're talking about.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck me and the Uber that I came here in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Blazed and Infused. Please remember to hit that like button. It's so fucking important. Also, remember to hit subscribe and make sure the notifications are turned on. That way, when a new episode drops, you will be notified of it. As well as if you could share and comment, that really helps out the videos.
That would be terrific.
Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Thank you to everyone who has commented.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you everyone for watching so much from the bottom of our hearts.
We love you.
We will see you on the next episode. Until then,
Peace.
see you later.